dear friends. We are back with the book.
Message from a Teen in the Spirit World
By the medium.
by the Spirit Neio Lucio and
The medium. Chico
Chico
Xavier.
Xavier.
Yes. So we are back with this beautiful book. So let us just recap that this book is about who?
Carlos.
Yes. And he wrote a letter
To his brother.
From the spirit world to his brother because he wanted him to know that he is still alive and what his experience is through his death and in the spiritual realm. And what is beautiful about Carlos is that he explains his feelings so beautifully and his observations of the room where he's in, all the feelings that he have, everything that affects him, his thoughts, his mother's crying that affects him, and he's observing all these wonderful things. And last week he encountered his grandmother and uncle. So they were also there.
I think it was his uncle or nephew.
Yes, and he felt comforted by his grandmother. So all these things comforted him so beautifully. And today's chapter is what?
The Doctor.
Yes. So Zellie will read for us. Let's hear.
The Doctor. We hadn't yet finished expressing all our love and joy at seeing each other again. When the doctor we had been expecting arrived, Aunt Eunice went to greet him and brought him into the room. He was good-natured and cheerful as he
Cordially
greeted everyone. He carefully examined me up and down and applied rays of light to my body by using a small device that I can't describe. Then he
silently
passed his right hand several times over my chest and head, and I noticed that sparks of bright bluish light bluish light came from his fingers. When he had finished, he began to explain things to us. He was
satisfied
and
optimistic,
giving me the impression that he was much more
concerned
with giving me new thoughts than
medicine.
He didn't ask me about the doctor who had treated me at home. He wasn't visibly
interested
in my sore throat, nor did he ask questions that would remind me of my former situation. He skillfully made me forget my pain and suffering by
distracting
me with much more interesting matters. He asked me what profession I would have chosen if I had stayed among
incarnate
spirits. And when I told him something of my interest in airplanes, he began to elaborate, elaborate so remarkably on my progress of the
science
of flight that frankly I felt like someone else. I wasn't at all concerned with thoughts about my disease, nor did I feel any
attachment
to the body I had felt
I've left
left.
behind.
He was talking like an experienced flight inductor. I listened to him with growing amazement because of it. After his
Informed expre- ex-
expression
exposition
exposition on the topic that
interested
me so much, he told me that he knew
demand
Santos Dumont and promised me more talks on
aviation
aviation at the first
opportunity.
I saw that the kind doctor was about to end our
Conversation.
so I risked a question, having completely forgotten about my illness. Doctor, do you think I could keep on studying here? Of course, he
Responded.
happily. No one has to stop the work of learning just because they have been
Deprived.
of their physical body. I hope to see you up and very soon so that you can study and learn new things. This filled me with eagerness and satisfaction. When he was ready to say goodbye, he
Suggested
that I enroll to the children's complex.
in the children's complex.
That's what I said. Where I would receive all the
benefits.
I needed. Grandma
Adelia
Adelia and Aunt Eunice thankfully agreed. After the doctor left, I noticed that I could no longer hear Mom crying and that all my pain and had somehow disappeared.
Okay, what do you think about this chapter? There's so many things that we've learned again today.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yes, the first thing that we recognize is that the doctor don't want to give him medicine. He's more concerned about his thoughts than medicine. So what does that tell us? That what we think and where our thoughts are is how we feel. Because if you see that Carlos totally forgot about his illness, and in the end the doctor gave him passes, he's describing the passes and something they use as well in the spiritual realm for passes and illnesses on the spiritual body.
Yeah, somehow like a little box of light.
Yes. Like do we receive passes on earth for our physical and spiritual bodies?
Of course.
Yes, we do. That is why the passes that we receive in the spirit centers and at home sometimes is the same thing. And then what is the next thing that you can see that is wonderful
Hmm.
is that when he talked to the doctor about something that is very interesting to him about flights and
Airplanes.
yes, the doctor helped him to make him excited.
Yeah,
So it
regain.
means that we need something to drive us forward.
Yeah, like the doctor just somehow regained his happiness into airplanes and flights.
Yes, and he was eager to learn.
Yeah,
Is that a good thing?
of course.
That's a great thing about him. He wants to learn more. And do we learn in the spiritual realm?
Yes, of course.
Yes. If we go to sleep, can we ask to go and learn more?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Because there's a lot of classes, the spirits talk about a lot of classes in the spiritual realm. And like Thought in Life is one of the books that came about. One of the classes that is given to spirits that was through Jesus, given through Emmanuel, for us to recognize how important thought is.
Yeah.
And the effect that our thought has. And because he disconnected his thought about his illness and everything that happened,
Yeah,
and he focused on something
his
good,
illness and his suffering.
he couldn't hear his mother.
Yeah, because
So he
that was his suffering.
Yes. So he was taking his thoughts away. So what?
His bad thoughts.
Yes. What does this tell us? That our thoughts are so important.
And it can be very powerful too. Our thoughts can be good, powerful, bad, strong. It can be a lot of things.
Yes. And if the doctor in the spiritual realm tells us that our thoughts is more important than medicine, to think healthy, to think happy, to be thankful for this day.
Yeah,
Don't worry about something or that happened yesterday, but to focus on this day where we are now, to inspire ourselves to learn, because that is another thing. It's to inspire ourselves to learn more and more and more and more.
Yeah, like if we should be thankful for today, not worry about the things that happened yesterday. And let's say tomorrow is our birthday or a day that it's important, like a very important weekend or something that you would look out to, but you're just planning everything for tomorrow and not thinking of today. And that happened yesterday, you're thinking of now. And then let's say today it rained and all what you saw was the rain. And then the sun was shining. Then there was, let's say, a rainbow. And you didn't see that. And you went to a garden. All what you saw was dead bushes. And then the other garden was full of flowers. You also walked through it, but you just thought of the other things. And let's say you were walking on the grass and you had your shoes on and you wanted and you didn't know how soft was the grass, and the grass was as soft as a very fluffy wool blanket. Then you didn't even see that. And then tomorrow, it wasn't such a good day, but yesterday would have been also good. But you only thought about the bad things, and all what you worried about was tomorrow.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is where our thoughts are. And to appreciate being mindful where we are now. Appreciate where we are. And yes, I know it is a challenge because it's not hard, it's a challenge. We love a challenge.
Yeah.
Because that means we can learn. We can learn, yes.
Yeah, a good challenge, not a bad challenge,
Yes.
a good one. Like just for fun, just not like a competition. It will be just for fun. Just for fun.
Mm. Yes, but the thing is that we have to be mindful. Have metacognition. Metacognition means think what you think about.
Yeah.
So think what you think about. Tonight, before you go to sleep, think where was my thoughts today? They say we have 60,000 thoughts in a day. So think about, and what do we think? If we saw someone, how did we feel and think? All these things to correct ourselves because we want to be those that gives out all these beautiful thoughts, prayer thoughts, to pray and not to condemn or to judge,
Yeah.
to have prayer thoughts. Because yes, we have this thing that we still don't fully understand everything, but to pray about it. If something's hard, pray about it. Change these thoughts into prayers and
Yeah.
thankfulness. Say thank you. Thank you is a prayer, isn't it?
Yeah.
To
Very
feel
much.
something, thank you. It's beautiful. So just practice that. So thank you so much for joining us again today, beloved friends. Until the next chapter.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye.